This is a touching story about New Year's Eve. A forester knocked on the door, and only his wife was inside. This is Nikonovna and Nikanrich. They have been living in a village. All the villagers think they are brothers because they look alike and have the same last name. But in fact, they are a married couple. They lived together for 30 years. When people discovered the truth about the couple, they started wondering why they had no children. They guessed that there are probably some reasons. God may not have given them children, or they do not want to have children. Nikanoric was a backcountry hunter who roamed the forest near the village, hunting animals, gathering forest fruits and mushrooms, and keeping some livestock at his home. Nikonovna, on the other hand, works as a saleswoman in a shop in the village because she wants to earn money so that she and her husband can buy a car. When the two got married 30 years ago, Nikonovna found out she was pregnant. But 3 months later, she lost her baby when she was attacked by a bear. The young woman was walking in the woods when she spotted a bear cub and petted it. But its mother suddenly attacked her, and the mother bear threw her to the ground and left with her baby. When Nikonovna was taken to the hospital, the doctor told her that the child was dead and her stomach was damaged. But this did not affect the relationship between the couple. They remained together and loved each other, although Nikonovna did not become pregnant after that. Their only dream was to have a boy and a girl, but that didn't happen. As time passed, they lost hope. They completely forgot that the end-of-year feast was coming, and like all families, Nikonovnik and his wife bought all the necessities to celebrate the new year. On the last day of the year, Nikonovna prepared delicious food. On that day, the husband went into the forest after lunch, hoping to catch something while the wife continued to get ready for the party. Nikanoric was away for a long time, until nightfall, and never returned. This worried his wife, because men usually stay at home for most of the last day of the year, helping their wives with housework. After Nikonovna got everything ready, she sat on the sofa and waited for her husband to come back. Suddenly, hearing a knock on the door, she thought her husband had come back. But when she got up quickly to open the door, she saw a beautiful woman in a bright white dress. These elegant and beautiful clothes showed that she was a rich woman. Nikonovna invited her to sit at home and brought her tea and food. The guest refused to eat, but took Nikonovna by the hand, made her close her eyes, and assured her that her future life would be better. In the near future, she will have 2 children, a boy and a girl. Nikonovna was speechless, but she smiled happily. After a while, the woman was ready to leave and thanked Nikonovna for her tea. In the stormy weather, the snow fell, and the wind was cold. Moments later, Nikanovic went home and sat with his wife until midnight. The man noticed his wife was thrilled and tried to ask why, and the wife told the truth about what had just happened. Seconds after the new year, Nikonovna held her husband's hand, closed her eyes, and began to pray to God for her happiness in having a boy and a girl. When the couple finished celebrating, Nikanoric heard strange noises outside and went out to check. He was surprised to find a newborn child outside who was freezing. A wolf stood next to him, and the wolf kept looking into Nikonovic's eyes as if he wanted to tell him something. Then, the wolf immediately walked toward the forest. When the little boy was held in Nikonovic's arms, the little boy kept looking at him. They then took the boy back home. And when they entered the house, Nikonovic immediately walked to the fire, put the baby on the mattress, and after putting it on the floor, and called his wife. When Nikonovna came seeing the boy, she grabbed the head in great surprise. Then she approached the little boy, smiling, and began to cross him and rub his head. She realized that her wish had been fulfilled and that the strange woman was right. The wife hugged the little boy and went to the kitchen for milk. The little boy had already finished the bottle, and he was crying like he wanted more. Then, Nikonovna went to fill the bottle again, and the little boy looked healthy, and he looked at Nikonovna with his beautiful blue eyes, and she took him in her arms with great joy. The couple have been wondering how a little boy survived so long, and how wolves brought him to their home. Nikonovic called the police the next day and told them what they had found, but the police officer asked him to take the little boy in. If anyone came looking for the little boy, they would call him and take the little boy to the police station. After an investigation by the police, it was found that no child had been born in the village in the past few months, indicating that the child was not a rural person. The couple decided to keep the baby at home and considered adopting him if his parents didn't show up. Nikonovna took care of the child enthusiastically because she knew it was a gift from God. She asked her husband to go to the newborn registration center in the village to register and ask for custody of the child. They did it the next day, and when they got the paperwork, they had the right to adopt the child as their adopted child. One night, Nikonovna was watching a TV show when she suddenly saw the woman who had come to her home on New Year's Eve talking to the host. In fact, she is a well-known fortune teller in their country, and she goes to strangers' homes every New Year's and fulfills their wishes. Then the wife laughed, realizing how lucky this woman was to be able to visit her home. Nikonovich and his wife's dream of a son came true as the woman promised her, and her life with her husband became very happy. But who would bring her the daughter the fortune teller promised her? Nikonovna stood guard at the door every day, thinking that since the wolf had brought her a little boy, it would also bring her a little girl. But it didn't happen, which made her very disappointed. After 3 months, she lost hope and thought her wish would not come true. But one day, she didn't feel well. She had a strange pain in her stomach, and she went with Nika to the village clinic for a checkup. When the doctor performed an x-ray, it was discovered that Nikonovna was 3 months pregnant. The wife was pleased and hurriedly told her husband the good news, which made her the happiest woman in the world. The doctors couldn't believe what they saw because they had never seen such an advanced pregnant woman. Nikonovna knew very well that the reason for her daughter's birth was that woman that day. After losing hope of ever having a baby, Nikonovna gave birth to her new baby on the last day of the year, which miraculously was the same day she had found her son.